I'm used to my fair share of adventures, but today I was going on a special one. Getting up early wasn't particularly special, and neither was the miserable cloudy weather or the sleepy streets of Bristol at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It really was empty, standing quiet and still like it was preparing, gathering its breath and patience before having to endure the pounding of busy shoppers rushing around. I wasn't joining these crowds, however, as I had a different storm to chase as I wandered into Bristol Temple Meads to catch my train to London. This was my first real attempt at a large-scale meetup, or at least one that had more than one other person in attendance. And as the train whisked me backwards, sights set on London, I watched as the grassy countryside blasted past the windows. I saw quiet country cottages and farmhouses, and I wondered how people could live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it must be really lonely having to drive to the nearest house. And it's not even like the internet's going to be very good. And as I stared through the window, the nerves slowly started to kick in. I've organised to meet people from YouTube before, but this time I've invited everyone. And a crazy 28 different people said they were going to go on the Facebook page. That's a lot of people. That's like a classroom full of people, all coming to see me. And that's a lot of people considering that I'm just one guy off of the internet. And that is exactly the point. I'm off of the internet. I'm no longer being shielded by this screen that protects me. I mean, sure, I interact with a camera on a daily basis, but that camera doesn't talk back to me. It doesn't get bored. It doesn't ask me unexpected questions. It doesn't require that much attention. It doesn't require entertaining. 28 different people on the other hand though? But by the time I hit London, I got into the hustle and bustle of the city and I felt more at home. I love how the London crowds whisk you along as soon as you get off the train. And I tubed my way over to the London Eye, where I was met by 7 others. Jonathan, Jake, Maisie and Rachel, whose channels are all linked in the description down below by the way, and then Beth and Ben. I thought it would be hard to hold conversations with everyone, considering that it was the first time that I've met any of them. I mean, excluding Beth and Ben, who were only really invited because if 28 people had turned up, then I'd kind of want the backup. But again, like all of the other times that I've met people off of the internet, making conversations was easy, and we had lots to talk about. But as YouTubers do when they go to London with cameras, we had some exploring to do and many photographs to take. Annoyingly, I took plenty of photos and videos of random statues, sights around London, and other people taking photos, but I didn't actually call for one selfie with the other people that were joining me, which was pretty foolish, really. After a little bit too much walking, we climbed onto the tube and headed over to Russell Square, where another gathering was going on. And this one was much bigger than my own, and even if my own had turned out to be 28 strong. We saw people connecting and people talking and taking photographs, and not only did I recognise some of the YouTubers that I watch, but I also recognised some of the people that watch me. And there was just this strong sense of overarching community of people that all had something in common, and yet there were still these little clumps of friendship groups sitting around the park. When people think of YouTube, they either think of the biggest, most successful YouTubers with millions of views and millions of subscribers, or they think of viral videos with cats that fall off things. But what I think of is a mass of people watching other people, making friends and making connections. It's about you and the miles upon miles of fibre optic wires that connect everyone together, or the tubes, if you will. Not unlike the London Underground, all of the tubes are different. Obviously, they all span in lots of different directions, connecting different places together, but also each carriage contains different people. Some of them are busy and crowded, some of them are quiet and more friendly. Without these networks of tubes, London wouldn't be what it is today, but there would be no point in making that journey if it didn't go anywhere. People, like you and I, are the stations, and there are plenty of different ones to go to, because people like lots of different things. Some are much bigger and gather much more footfall than the others. They have big attractions like the London Eye, or huge museums, or huge TV screens. But are they more important than the smaller ones? Because no one would be able to get on at a smaller station in order to get to the bigger stations. And as the day drew to an end and I was leaving London, I was pondering if I really wanted to be the centre of attention. I think of that in the same way that I think of London. It's exciting and busy and crowded, and I would be lying to say that I didn't dream of getting thousands and thousands of views a day. But I think the novelty would wear off. In the same way that London gets tiring, I can imagine being really popular getting really, really tiresome. I think at the end of the day, I value connections more than the popularity. I revel in the fact that I've been able to find really close friends through YouTube. And at the end of the day, I'm just one person. I can't keep strong connections between hundreds and hundreds of people all at the same time. While it might be exciting to be at the centre of attention, I am happy that I'm at the level that I can make genuine friends with other YouTubers and the people that watch my videos on YouTube. And with Summer in the City coming around the corner, and with Laura and I going on the Saturday, I think that's something that people should bear in mind. I think people should try not to lose sight of making the smaller connections in their lives. While it might be exciting to meet the big YouTubers, making lifelong friendships with other people might be slightly more valuable. Or at least, that's what I think. I'd just like to say a quick thank you to everyone who came along to my London gathering. I had a really, really good time, and I can't wait to do it again someday. I don't know when that day will be, but I will let you all know. But like I say, I do know that myself and Laura will be going to the Summer in the City, so if any of you guys are going, please feel free to come and make connections with me. In the description down below, there is a link to all of the people that met me in London. There is also a link to a blog which will probably get across my feelings better than this video has. And there is a link to all of my social networks if you want to start making connections with me before you meet me in person. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you later.